What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and today we take a trip to 2002 and we take a look at one of only a couple of films from Leonardo DiCaprio that I actually like and enjoy, Gangs of New York, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Daniel Day-Lewis, Cameron Diaz, Jim Broadbent, John C. Reilly, Henry Thomas, and Liam Neeson. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And like I said during the introduction, today's film is one of only a couple films of Leonardo DiCaprio's filmography to date that I have seen that I enjoy. The other one, Catch Me If You Can, we took a look at earlier this year when we did Tom Hanks month. This one, we're going to go ahead and feature this month as one of my favorite films because I really like it just that much. Let's get right into it now, shall we? Our film opens in 1846 in the slum neighborhood of the 5 Points, Manhattan, where two gangs, the Native Protestants, which are being led by William Cutting, better known as Bill the Butcher, and a group of Irish Catholic immigrants known as the Dead Rabbits, led by Priest Vallon, engage in a battle to determine which faction will hold sway over the territory. During the battle, Bill kills Vallon and declares the Dead Rabbits dead and outlawed. Now, having witnessed this, Vallon's son hides the knife that killed his father and is taken to an orphanage on Blackwell's Island. We then jump ahead 16 years, and it's 1862. And Vallon's son, now using the name Amsterdam, returns to the 5 Points, seeking revenge, and retrieves the knife. An old acquaintance, Johnny Sirocco, recognizes him and begins to familiarize him with the local gangs, all of whom pay tribute to Bill, who remains in control of the territory. Eventually, Amsterdam gets introduced to Bill, but he keeps his past a secret as he seeks recruitment into the gang. He quickly discovers that a number of his father's former allies are now in Bill's employ, and that each year Bill celebrates the anniversary of his victory over the Dead Rabbits. Amsterdam decides to publicly kill Bill during this celebration, and Amsterdam soon becomes attracted to a pickpocket and grifter named Jenny Everdeen, with whom Johnny is also infatuated. Eventually, Amsterdam is able to gain Bill's confidence and becomes his protege, involving him in the dealings of corrupt Tammany Hall politician William M. Tweed. Amsterdam is able to save Bill from an assassination attempt and is tormented by the thought that he may have done so out of honest devotion. On the evening of the anniversary, Johnny is in a fit of jealousy over Jenny's affections for Amsterdam. He reveals Amsterdam's true identity and intentions to Bill as a result. Bill then baits Amsterdam with a knife-throwing act involving Jenny. As Bill toasts Priest Vallon, Amsterdam throws his knife, but Bill is able to deflect it and wounds Amsterdam with a counter throw. Bill then beats him and burns his cheek with a hot blade. Jenny has Amsterdam chloroformed and taken into hiding so she can treat his wounds. She implores him to escape with her to San Francisco, but Amsterdam wants none of it and returns to the 5 Points, seeking vengeance, and announces his return by hanging a dead rabbit in Paradise Square. Bill sends Mulroney, a corrupt Irish policeman who used to run with Priest Vallon, to investigate, but Amsterdam kills him and hangs his body in the square as well. In retaliation, Bill has Johnny beaten and run through with a pike, leaving it to Amsterdam to end his suffering. When Amsterdam's gang beats McGloin, one of Bill's lieutenants, for praying in the local Catholic church, Bill and the natives march on the church and are met by Amsterdam and the dead rabbits, along with the William and children of the Irish community and the Archbishop. No violence ensues, but Bill promises to return soon. The incident garners plenty of newspaper coverage, and Amsterdam presents Tweed with a plan to beat Bill's influence. Tweed will back the candidacy of Monk McGinn for sheriff, and in return, Amsterdam will secure the Irish vote for Tammany. Monk wins in a landslide, and a humiliated Bill murders him. McGinn's death prompts an angry Amsterdam to challenge Bill to a gang battle in Paradise Square, which Bill accepts. The Civil War draft riots break out just as the gangs are preparing to fight, and Union Army soldiers are deployed to control the rioters. As the rival gangs fight, cannon fire from ships is directed directly into Paradise Square, interrupting their battle shortly before it can begin. Many of the gang members are killed by the naval gunfire, soldiers, or rioters. Bill and Amsterdam face off against one another until Bill gets wounded by a piece of shrapnel. Amsterdam then uses his father's knife to stab Bill, killing him and ending his reign. Afterward, Amsterdam and Jenny leave New York to begin a new life in San Francisco. But before they leave, Amsterdam buries Bill in a cemetery in Brooklyn right next to his father, Priest Vallon. As Amsterdam and Jenny leave the cemetery, our film closes with the New York skyline changing in a time lapse over the next 140 years, as modern Manhattan is built, from the Brooklyn Bridge to the World Trade Center, as the cemetery becomes overgrown and forgotten. Part of the reason I think I enjoy this film so much is the supporting cast. It's not just Leonardo DiCaprio. It's Daniel Day-Lewis. It's Cameron Diaz. It's John C. Reilly. It's Henry Thomas, who I discussed as Davy Osborne in Cloak and Dagger, who also played Elliot in E.T., getting another very prominent role here as an actor, as an adult. Something about seeing him pop up and not knowing it was him the first time until I did some digging into the cast listing and being like, holy crap, Elliot from E.T. is in this. It's the storytelling. Something about the way that Scorsese weaves the story that just makes you care. You know, you watch as Amsterdam watches his father get murdered. And you can only imagine what that would do to a young boy. I mean, hell, Bruce Wayne saw his parents get murdered, and look what happened to him. So Amsterdam disappears for 16 years and returns, and now he's trying to get in with the people that murdered his father. And he gets close. The old adage, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. He earns Bill's trust, almost has a father-son type relationship with Bill the Butcher at one point. Until finally he can't stand it anymore and he snaps. And he finally makes his move to kill him, but because of betrayal by Johnny, Bill's expecting it. So they go back out to the same spot, essentially Paradise Square, where Amsterdam watched his father die for Amsterdam to try and get his revenge. And he's able to do it. And then there's something about that shot at the end, the time lapse, and watching the cemetery become overtaken by weeds and forgotten as the Brooklyn Bridge and the World Trade Center and the Twin Towers go up in the background. Keep in mind, this came out in 2002. I don't remember exactly what date, but it was within about a year of the 9/11 attacks. So even for a split second in 2002, seeing those Twin Towers standing in the backdrop for a second was just such a moment, because it was very much during the whole Never Forget campaign that was going around 20 years ago. It's crazy to think that that attack was 20 years ago this year. You know, the games and the way everything comes together and how all the different entities work for each other and with each other, and how, for the most part, there is harmony. They all just feel like they could lead better. So there's dissension amongst them in that ego mentality. But for the most part, you watch, and all these people, all these different nationalities, backgrounds, gangs, still manage to coexist for the most part. It's just, like I said, there's just something about it. And I don't know if it's any one of those things specifically, or if it's a combination of a lot of those. But that's just some of the reasoning there why I love this film. This film, I am going to give 5 stars to. I adore this film. And even though it is so long, I sent Jeff a message the other day when I was watching it, because it comes to a point where it tells you to put in the other disc. And I jokingly took a picture of it and sent it to him. I was like, what am I watching? Titanic on VHS? It's like, with all the technology advances, we still can't fit this film onto one movie. Seems a little crazy when you think about it. What do you guys think of Gangs of New York? Let me know if you're watching the premiere. Leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand, leave your thoughts and comments down here. But whatever you do, when you get out there on the social media, let's get those hashtags trending. Hashtag Casa D18 Studios, hashtag Renegades Reviews, hashtag Renegade Returns, and of course, the ever popular hashtag Shenanigans. We interrupt this episode of Renegades Reviews for an important announcement about
merchandising.
Merchandising? What's that?
Merchandising. Come, I'll show you. Merchandising, where the real money's made.
Make sure you go over to teespring.com t.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network for all the t-shirts you see here from the West Coast professor, Jeff Meacham himself. You can get shirts for the Jeff Meacham Network, Talk Wrestling, as well as the red and gold Meachamania shirts. And while you're there, don't forget to get your shirts of the Casa D18 Studios Brotherhood, the Dads on Wrestling shirt, the Renegade J.J. Williams, Statboy Sports Bar, and the hashtag Statboy Approved shirt. Make sure you go over to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network and score your shirts today. Make sure you guys get out there. Do what that commercial just told you. Go to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network for all the official merchandise of the Casa D18 Studios Brotherhood. Get you your Renegade J.J. Williams shirt, Dad's Not Always on Wrestling, Statboy Sports Bar, hashtag Statboy Approved, hashtag Shenanigans. Get you your official merchandise of the Jeff Meacham Network, 3 different designs of the Jeff Meacham Network logo for you to choose from, along with Talk Wrestling, Meachamania, so much more. It's summertime still. You still got plenty of time for those barbecues, pool parties, beach bonfires. Go to the Teespring store, get yourself a tank top. You can choose from the Renegade J.J. Williams or Meachamania. Either one is the perfect accessory for those hot summer days and those hotter summer nights. Get out there, show your love and support. While you're showing your love and support, do what that ticker tells you to do. Do you enjoy my content, my daily videos? If so, go to that PayPal, send me a few bucks as a donation. Keep in mind, everybody, I'm still not monetized yet, still trying to get my viewership hours up. So the only way I'm going to make a few bucks right now on this venture is if you guys out there go to that PayPal link and send me a few bucks as a donation. If you don't want to send me any money, that's cool. Go to the Linktree link that scrolls across the bottom of the screen. Keep in mind, like I've said every day this month, it's my birthday month. August 22nd is my birthday. Go to that Linktree link, click on the link for my Amazon movie wish list, select a movie. I'm constantly adding titles, updating. When it comes in the mail, I'll open it up on Renegade Recap live, just like I always do, and I'll give you guys a thank you and a shout out. And likewise, when I work it into one of my theme months, sit down, get to watch it, review it, and give you guys another shout out. And I will show you guys all the same amount of love and support that you guys show to me. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, when we do a double feature day here during my birth month, and we're going to be discussing 1991 and 1994's My Girl and My Girl 2, starring Anna Chlumsky, Macaulay Culkin, Dan Aykroyd, Jamie Lee Curtis, Richard Masur, Griffin Dunn, Austin O'Brien, Ben Stein, Christine Ebersol, John David Souther, and Angeline Ball. You're not going to want to miss out tomorrow, right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, right here on an all-new Renegades Reviews, when we do a double feature day right here in my birth month. To all my loyal fans and viewers out there tuned in today, watching along during the premiere, leaving your thoughts and comments over here, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Likewise, to all my loyal fans and viewers out there tuning in a little bit later in the day, watching on demand, leaving your thoughts and comments down here, thank you very much. I appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate all my loyal fans and viewers out there tuning in, watching on a daily, showing me that love and support. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will see you guys next time.